Hey everybody, it's Christine Roberts here, success coach, author, and speaker. It's so great to be here with you today, and in this session, we're going to be focusing on gaining clarity. When there is clarity, there is a bigger future. As an entrepreneur, this is vital, right? We'll be using this tool, which if you haven't already printed it out, I highly recommend that you go ahead and do that. I'll be sharing my answers that I hope will inspire you and guide you for what your answer should be, and we'll do this together. The purpose of this exercise is to get you focused on the direction that you want to point your ship. In this crazy busy world where we have too much to do, there's opportunity overload, right? We can go down so many different paths, but really there's only a few things in your life that truly move the needle towards where you want to go. So let's start with your current status. And let me just share my screen here. So let's start with your current status, and that's really where you are. So here's the clarity tool, and so the current status, the truth. You see, if you have a desire to go someplace, even if you're in the car and you have GPS, you need a starting point, right? And the starting point is so important because it's the truth. Maybe you're not happy with the income that you have. Maybe you want to make an impact on the world. Maybe you hate the job you're in, or you're trying to get your side hustle going. Maybe your company is thriving and you want to go to the next level. All change starts with honesty. You could be feeling pain and you're uncomfortable in a certain area of your life, and this is the tool that'll bring it all to the surface. It's like a cut. Rip off the Band-Aid, expose the cut, and pour some salt in it. Like, feel it, because pain sometimes causes movement. I mean, think about it. I bet there are a number of times that you've done more in your life out of avoiding pain than you have for seeking pleasure. I know there's a thing that says fear of loss is more painful than promise of gain. I mean, sadly, that is the case for a lot of us, right? Now, we're going to be starting with where you are. And you see here, the truth of your current situation. What are the pain points? Do you want to make more money? Do you want more time with your family? Do you want more time for you? Do you want to work on your health? Do you want more, do you want to work on your relationships, scale your marketing, write a book, scale your business? Whatever it is, you're here for a reason, and the tool that will aid, this tool will help you in pinpointing whatever that is. So don't say, oh, I just want to expand my business. No, I'm behind on my mortgage and I hate being late. Or I have no money in savings. Here's my example, and my truth was that I had been working in a job that I knew was not my calling. Because I was so unfulfilled in what I was doing, there was this like undertone of anger, and I was not my best self. I was not the best wife or mother. Ask my family. And it's pretty interesting because I did have an amazing job, but I knew that it was not what I was put on this earth to do. Now, at a subconscious level, there was this uneasiness, this discontent, a feeling of not being worthy to follow my dreams. Have you ever felt that way? Fortunately, there was a reorg at my company where my position was eliminated. And again, I worked for Disney. I was in their advisory group, an awesome position. But again, I just knew that it wasn't what I was supposed to be doing. So it's so crazy because I do believe that what happened was supposed to happen, and I had the golden handcuffs on. If that didn't happen, I don't know what I would have done. And thank goodness I have a super supportive husband who encouraged me to follow my dreams as an entrepreneur, leveraging all that I've learned in the corporate world, in leadership consulting, company culture strategies, and all that I've learned in my personal life, and leveraging all of those lessons for the benefit of others. That's really my passion. My mission is to share those lessons and share them with, like I said, for the benefit of others, especially ambitious women like you. All right, so this is the GPS, this current status. this is the point, the starting point, where you are. The next one is, where do you want to go? It's 1 year from today. Imagine it's 1 year from today, and it was the best year of your life. And I know that's kind of crazy with everything that's been going on, but let's pretend you look back and it was the best year of your life. What would it look like if there had been no limitations? In a world of chaos, we're spinning so fast, there's a dust cloud around us. And it's hard to set goals, but if we step back and move forward, the 1 year and look back, like, what would that look like? I lost the weight. I launched my product. I scaled my company. I got my first sale. I started my Shopify account. I'm doing ads on Facebook, whatever it is. And you're killing it. I want to encourage you to write down what it looks like. Now, here's what most people don't realize, and I've seen this with a lot of clients, and even for myself, so many of us get sucked into what we don't want, what we don't want out of life. If you're having trouble thinking about what you want, try thinking about what you don't want. What aren't your goals? The opposite. You might say, oh, I don't want the stress of my marketing department, or I don't want the stress of sales. I don't want my husband not to listen to me. I don't want to work for this boss. Like, we all know what we don't want, right? Now, what's the opposite? What's the opposite of whatever that is for you? Many clients are blown away by this question. And they say to me, wow, I've never thought about that. So it just goes to show that we're all running so fast, like being on a treadmill expecting to get somewhere. Now, again, this is where you can get clarity, so all your energy can go towards a bigger future. As the name says here, clarity tool, mapping your bigger future. Listen, you and I only have a certain amount of energy to give. Every day, right? We only have a certain amount of energy. And it's got to be pointed in the right direction, or it'll get fragmented. Fuzzy targets don't get hit. And so that's the first step. Now, here's a great story to illustrate that. There was this gentleman, Ethan. His name's Ethan. He's a church leader, and he and a bunch of dads were going on a rafting trip in Colorado. It's like a church adventure trip. And they got there, and it had rained prior several days. And they were, the rapids were a 5 out of 5, and they really had kind of decided they weren't going to go. It seemed too dangerous. But then the guide came and he said, listen, don't worry about it. We are going to go and you're going to be safe. And he said, you see this finger, and I'm using the Disney point because you shouldn't use one finger when you point. He says, this is the positive point. And when I point, I want all of you to focus all your energy on where I point and paddle with all your, paddle your guts out. And I promise we'll be safe. And he said, I've never lost anyone. He joked. So here's what I did. This is him speaking. Here's what I did when I first started becoming a guide. We'd be in a raft and I'd see a really bad rapid and I'd say, don't go to that rapid or we'll flip. Or there'd be a tree and he'd say, don't go to that tree. Don't go to that rock. And guess what would happen? They'd hit the tree and flip. They'd hit the rock. And he said, what would everybody do? When he said that don't go to the rock, they would go to the rock. Everybody would go to wherever he pointed. And he realized in that moment that what you focus on is where you go. And you've heard that saying, what you focus on grows. Do you agree that that's true? Even think about when you're driving. If you look at something, you end up driving over towards it. So are you focusing on what you don't want in your business and your life and your health and your relationships? Or whatever, fill in the blanks. And you're getting more of it? Now, what Ethan said was, when he was talking to the guide told him ever since he started pointing the finger where he wanted everyone to go, and they put all of their energy there, their effort, their rowing, they wouldn't even know that the rock was there. They wouldn't even know that the tree was there. So today with this exercise, what I want to do is help you get your bigger future. Where is it that you want to go so you can put all of your energy there? So you can focus your ship in that direction. So you can avoid all the things that aren't building your life, your bigger future. And that's what this is all about. Now let's pretend that it's a year from now. And it's your best year ever. What does it look like? How much money are you making? What is your company? Where is your company? How is your health, your relationships? I mean, do you have more time with your family? Whatever it is, start writing it down. And now I want you to circle the top, 3 to 6 items about where you want to go. And that's your goals. So when hopefully you've got your tool in front of you. So when you scroll down then, now we want to look at, this is the easiest and quickest way to get clarity on your future. So now at this time, at this moment, you have where you are, your current status, the truth, and honesty. Now, if you don't know where you are and you know where you want to go, now why do you want it? Now this is transformative. Why is it important that you find intimacy in your relationship, to double your sales, to have more free time, to get in better shape? I mean, those things are great, right? But why do you really want that? Is it for significance? Is it because your parents weren't there when you were a kid and you want to be there for your kids? I know it's for me. Do you want to have more money put away for retirement so you could be secure? Do you want to have more money for charity? Do you want to rekindle the relationship with your significant other? Do you want to stop running on a treadmill your whole life? I don't know what it is, but I promise you it's deeper. There's a deeper why than you're even thinking. If you tell me it's for financial freedom, then why do you want financial freedom? Well, because I want to leave an impact in the world. So this is where I encourage you to fill this out and show the other amazing women your example and the truth. Let them see your example. And now the next part really anchors you in. If you know where you are, where you want to go, and why you want it, the only thing left is capabilities to get there. Now think about what the capabilities are that you need to achieve where you want to go. Your best thinking got you to this point. The capabilities you have got you to this point. Now maybe you need new capabilities, next level capabilities. I want you to write down how you're going to get there. When you look over at capabilities to achieve your goals, do you need a marketing department? Do you need a new CFO? Do you need a partner with money? Do you need to understand skills around YouTube or how to build an Instagram account or how to have more followers? This is where you start writing down what you need, and guess what? Your mind will start to open. Again, I'd like you to collaborate with the other women in your group or create accountability partners, at which you probably have because you're here. And you guys do this tool. What'll happen, when you're engaging and sharing with other amazing women, you're sharing and you're exposing your vulnerabilities. Then the women that you're interacting with, they know where you want to go. And a lot of them might say to you, hey, I've got that capability. I've got a marketing director you need to talk to. I know a CFO that would be a great fit for you. This is where collaboration can elevate all of us. And, this really is where we want to leverage each other. We want to leverage other women. We want to leverage our network and figure out what those capabilities are that are going to take us to the next level. And so I just hope and pray that this exercise is helpful and beneficial and adds value for you. And until then, if you have any questions, please feel free to check me out at ChristineMRoberts.com. And now go out, create your best life, even if it feels impossible. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.